and welcome to MyArtCube. Today I'd like to introduce a particularly useful resource that I thoroughly enjoy using to better my own drawing skills. Today I will be reviewing a book by Walter Foster titled The Art of Basic Drawing. Granted, I've only made it to page 26 so far, but looking ahead to the coming tutorials, I feel confident recommending this instructional book as an awesome tool in any new artist toolkit. That being said, what makes a good reference or instructional book for learning to draw? So when you're looking for a book that's instructional or for beginner drawing, in particular, I would look for a book that includes information on forms, shading, shadows, 1 and 2 point perspective, blocking in shapes, gesture drawing, action drawing, and various subject examples. Now that's a lot, but this book delivers basic information on all these topics, so I chose this as my favorite general reference and practice book. Now I still recommend diversifying your resources and looking at each topic in more detail through various videos and other books as well. And don't forget that if you cannot buy this book, your local library may have this book or a similar introductory book for drawing that you can borrow for free. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this book with a brief flip through and some practice sketches I did from examples in the book. Okay guys, so The Art of Basic Drawing by Walter Foster includes a lot of topics I went over just now, but I'm just going to read to you the getting started portion of the contents of the index. And that getting started portion goes from page 6 to page 28, and it includes tools and materials, a description of basic pencil techniques, practicing lines, perspective, warming up, sketching, learning to see, beginning with basic shapes, and developing form. So these are all basic concepts, and they occur within that first 30 pages of the textbook, or rather the book. It's not necessarily a textbook, but it is a reference material. So there you can see tools and materials, basic pencil techniques, perspective they cover briefly. And what I would do if you were looking at this and studying from it is I would draw these examples out and make notes in my own sketchbook. And that's kind of what I do when I'm studying from this book. And so they also do cast shadows with perspective, ellipses, foreshortening, all the good things you need to know to draw more realistically. Warming up, they do blocking in, some basic shapes. So just generally in sketching, they introduce sketching, so lots here to learn, lots to see, really good details, and every opportunity that you see an example drawn in here is an opportunity rather for you to draw out that example. So I would take that opportunity, even though these aren't lessons per se, they're just explanations of different methods of drawing. I would draw these things the way that they're doing it, and you'll see in a moment that I do that. And so then they get to still lifes, and when they talk about still lifes, they begin with something simple like a cherry, and they step you through each phase of the drawing, which is great. So and they give an explanation as well of what pencils to use when. So this is really great material. I don't want to go through page by page, but I just want to cover the fact that it covers, various things from simple still lifes to more complex still lifes. They include drawing animals in this textbook, or rather this book. I keep calling it a textbook, sorry guys. Just different things that you can look through here and learn. Landscapes, rocks, trees, structures, mountains. I'm just reading the bold print. Creeks with rocks in it, just general things. Very awesome topics they cover. And then they cover even people, so faces, lips, eyes, the proportions of the face, and that's the last portion of that book. So it covers various topics, but the important part to me, in summary, the important part to me is that the first 30 pages touches on some of the foundational concepts. So the first 30 pages gets to the point in this book and gets you started on basic concepts. And what I did, and I'm going to show you in my sketchbook here, is I just did some of these basic sketches that they did in the beginning, the first 30 pages. I just drew out everything they drew out. So let me zoom in here for you. So I'm just sketching, you know, what they sketched. So they showed me how to sketch a daffodil, some clouds, some waves, crashing waves. They talk about negative space, so I sketched that. They talk about blocking in a simple composition, so I sketched that. So basically everything they show in that first 30 pages, I'm drawing out and making notes. And so a continuous line drawing, you saw that in the textbook. All of this is from the book. And so I'm just mimicking their drawings, which is fine because you're not going to go and sell these drawings, right? So this is gesture in action. They were showing you a football scene. And so this is just an awesome book, an awesome resource, because it gives you all these examples of how to develop, you know, how to develop forms from the basic spheres and cones and things like that, how to do still life. So this is my drawings of their examples. And so basically, and they're not accurate, but I'm trying my best. So basically what it is it's examples from the book that you can make your own little lessons out of. And so I really enjoy this book. I think that it's useful. I hope you find it useful as well. I just wanted to give you some examples of me working from this book, and you know, it's pretty straightforward. That's why I like it. It's not an end-all. You know, you're going to probably use some other resources to study two-point perspective, to study how to develop form and things like that, but this book really gets you going. And so I think it's a good investment. If you can borrow it at a library, that's awesome too. Okay guys, well that's my review of The Art of Basic Drawing by Walter Foster. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And also the bell notification will let you know every time I release a new video to YouTube. Okay guys, I hope this was informative and useful. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Bye!